Hi everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. I'll try to get a video in here. Hopefully storm won't roll in, it won't get windy, won't start raining, thundering and lightning. We're getting them regular every day and I just get that feel. I know the rhythm now, so it's rolling in. I'm going to shoot this video. I've had a pretty productive day so far, and now I'm just kind of getting into a little pattern of I try to get stuff done earlier and then usually going to get about a 2-hour period where it rains, been getting thunder and lightning, and I unplugged the internet, so wanted to go ahead and get a video done before that happened. Anyhow, want to talk about today why people fail on the raw vegan lifestyle. I do videos like this every day, so if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button, check on the little bell and hit send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel. Now, I came up with this title and I really just sat down and spit. Just kind of like wrote down whatever, any idea, anything that came out that I thought was a reason why people fail on this lifestyle, I wrote down. It was just kind of a brainstorming. Wasn't really thought out like, okay, this is the best one, this is the top one. So these aren't going to be in any particular order. There's probably a lot of reasons more. You may not agree with some of these. You might have some more. You might have some other reasons that are causing you to fail on the lifestyle. I'll just jump right into it. And one of the biggest reasons people are failing on the raw vegan lifestyle is because they're not fact-based. They're not watching fact-based people. They're not, in my opinion, going to fact-based sources. They watch too many of the woo-woo type sorts on YouTube and follow them in various other social media platforms. And hey, that's okay. I'm not, like I say, I'm always encouraging people, watch different people, get different people's perspectives, but don't be getting all your information on this lifestyle from, and there's certain terminology. There's what I call the woo-woo terminology, and it's just never fact-based. There's never any talk of science in there. That's all. That's it. Another reason people are failing on this lifestyle is they're lying to themselves. They are absolutely lying to themselves. I was having a meeting on Skype this morning with another raw vegan, and we happened to be talking about that. I told her yesterday that I forgot what I was doing. I was working on a video, so I was watching a bunch of different videos just to get a little take, get a little feed, and it just amazed me and then I kind of got into it and I was fascinated, and I just kind of started watching various clips from various videos regarding this lifestyle, raw vegan lifestyle, high carb vegan lifestyle. So many people lying to themselves. There's instead of just like, you're putting it on yourself, like you're just not doing the work, you're not making it work for yourself, whatever. There's always some kind of lie, whether it's like addicted to this, or oh, my body is different, it just doesn't process this, or oh, I can't eat this, or I can eat this, and blah 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 blah. Just a lot of lying to yourself. I'm just going to leave it at that. Some people don't like I would never call somebody out on that directly, because it never really would help the person. It would be counterintuitive, because people don't like to be called out on lying to themselves. Good little practice just in life in general. I try to do that to myself every so often. Is if I'm back and forth on something, if I'm not sure about something, I go look in the mirror. If I'm trying to work something out, I look in the mirror. I look into my eyes. I like to make sure that no matter who else I'm lying to in the world, and I'm not a liar, I'm not trying to insinuate that, but that I'm not lying to myself. Rationalization's another big one. There's always an excuse. There's always an excuse out there to do something that you say you don't want to be doing, that's not on your program, that's not healthy for you, that's not creating the new life that you're looking for. And that goes from the events, like, oh, but I had to go to this weekend, my husband had this event, so I went there. Oh, the kids had this, so I ate a bite of this. Oh, I had to fix the kids' stuff, this, blah 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 blah. Or there's just anything. I don't need to be, what rationalization is. You can think of your own examples, but people just there's always some reason. Always external forces. Even back to the lying to yourself and there's always external forces that you're not in control, that you're not driving the car, driving the ship, that is preventing you. That's mostly BS. It can exist, but that's mostly BS. As always, not eating enough. so many people come to this lifestyle, and I don't know, maybe it's a carryover from former habits, you know, from being on diets before, from being on other health plans, or trying to just get your health back, which almost always was about restricting. It was always about eating a little bit less, and I relate to that. Everything for me was always about that too, until I came to this lifestyle. You know, you just naturally, you restricted, or you tried to get, I remember back in the day, and that's why it's so convoluted now, you'd smoke a cigarette when you were hungry in the morning, drink some more coffee, and I would just try to do that. Like if I could get through a meal, like any meal that I didn't have to eat, oh, those were saved calories right there. It was just like convoluted thinking. But you have to eat a lot of food on this lifestyle. The food is not as calorically dense as food from the standard American diet. So, you know, a plate, you might have had your plate on a standard American diet that was just packed full of calories. You could have a plate double that size and only have 300 calories. So you have to make sure you're getting plenty of calories, eating plenty of food throughout the day, or you're going to eventually, you can hang on for a little while, you'll lose weight for a little while, you'll probably even get some health benefits for a little while, but the hunger, not eating enough, your body not getting what it needs after a while, it's just a ticking time bomb until it's just not working for you anymore. Too much fat, too much fat, too much fat. So many people with too much fat on this raw vegan lifestyle. And a lot of that has to do with the fanaticism about being fully raw vegan. Let's be raw vegan at all costs. Let's be raw vegan and eat these horrific meals that have like a cup of cashews in them, a cup of cashews and another nut mixed in, a cup of cashews and some avocado and tahini. I mean, just like ungodly amounts of fat. And why the fat leads to failure on this lifestyle a lot is because the fat leads to weight gain. Fat leads to fat. I'm sorry. Eating high fat generally will lead to the weight gain. Eating high fat will generally hold back a lot of the health benefits that people will see on this raw vegan lifestyle. So what that high fat will end up doing is it'll frustrate somebody, or they'll gain that weight and they'll say, well, this doesn't work. This lifestyle, that I gained weight on this lifestyle, or whatever, but it will not be the, you know, it'll be because they ate too much fat. But in one form or another, too much fat can cause failure on this lifestyle. Let's see. People that come up with, I'm just reading my notes down here in a place where the wind won't blow them away. Complicated combos and recipes. Like, people get so, I guess it's new. You know, that, like I say, you have to kind of think in a lot of shifts in your thinking when you come to this lifestyle, and that has to do with how you eat in your recipes too. In our day-to-day life, we're used to just recipes, throwing everything in, covering this up, masking that, blah blah blah. And a lot of people, when they first come to this lifestyle, they want to do that. I have people that'll send me stuff all the time, and I'll kind of almost like check out my recipe, what do you think about this? And it's just too much for my brain to process. I mean, I'm not one of those, I don't like come back at people and go, oh no, that's ridiculous, you can't be eating that, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the times I'm not even thinking that, I'm just thinking like, wow, that sure is a lot of ingredients. Let me see if I can process. Okay, you got this going on. The bad combos lead to bad digestion, lead to discomfort, bloating, constipation, just uncomfortable in your gut, an uncomfortable feeling in your gut. That's discouraging on this lifestyle. And just also too from complicated recipes, not because it's painful or whatever, but it'll wear you down after a while. I've been doing this uber simple thing recently, and I'll tell you, the simpler you can make this lifestyle, the more likely it is to work for you too. Simple is a very attractive thing of this lifestyle for me. And the cleaner you get as you progress, and you cut more things out, and you get more good habits in your life, and your body naturally kind of detoxes itself, your taste will go towards that simpler thing. I'm not an extremist. I'm not, even the way I'm eating right now, and I'm going to do a what I'm eating right now in a day video, I think tomorrow. I'm not extreme. Nothing that I'm doing. Don't ever see me sharing food, talking about how I'm eating, and thinking I'm like just using willpower to hang in there. I just kind of go where my body leads me, where my taste buds at the time lead me. And as I get cleaner and cleaner and cleaner and simpler, That's all my body's calling for. Now I know I was just thinking this morning, as I'm almost at 3 weeks of just eating ridiculously simple, and I'm going to the beach next week, so there will probably be, that's probably going to extend. I'm probably going to have at least a month of no overts, mostly fruit, very high water content. Yeah, because when I go to the beach, all I'll live on down there is orange juice, acai bowls. I'll grab some mangoes, but I'll be in a hotel room, so I'll keep it real simple. And probably last but not least is people still don't want to transition properly. I'll just repeat myself verbatim. I could probably just make a little clip and insert here. It's like, and a lot of times that's for the ego. You know, like I can go raw vegan overnight. They hear the one person that's done it, and a few people will do it, but I think the numbers are small. I think probably out of every 10 people that say they're going to go raw vegan overnight, maybe one of them makes it. Maybe not even 1 out of 10, but who knows? Listen, this is a lifestyle. You want this. This isn't a diet, I hope, unless you're just doing this as a diet to lose weight. This is something you're going to do for the rest of your life. So take your time to understand the lifestyle. Take your time to make this lifestyle work for you. You know, I just don't get it with the transition and the people that are stubborn about the transition. Even if you think you can do it overnight, you've been eating a certain way for X amount of years. Is it really going to kill you? Is your health going to suffer if you do a proper transition and you don't go straight to fully raw overnight? I mean, why wouldn't you just give yourself your best chance of success on this lifestyle, or in anything you do in life for that? But I highly encourage you on that. You know, pay attention to that lifestyle and get that lifestyle. If you're listening to this and you've struggled on this, you've never been quite able to make this work, plan and transition. Those are 2 keys right there, especially for the people struggling. Make that plan as detailed as you have to make it for you. Transition, I don't want you, you know, when I say transition, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. I'm not talking about getting stuck in transition. Some people do the opposite. They talk about they're gonna do a good slow transition, and that's just an excuse. It's just kind of an excuse to wallow in some middle ground. You don't park in your transition. You're always moving through, but move at a rate that feels comfortable for you. But anyhow, these are just some random ones. I'm sure there are more, like I said, but these are just some of the reasons I believe people fail on the raw vegan lifestyle. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and there might have been something useful in there for you. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you again tomorrow. Peace.